Good evening, YouTube. This video, unlike my last few videos, is going to be about hope. Okay, we can't be living in the shadows all the time. So this video is going about things that I find give me hope in the future, and I'm going to share them with you. And I'd also like to say something about the last couple of videos I've made because, man, a lot of people watch them. A lot of people, in context of what I do, than usual. You see, I really just post to post. This is more like a personal journal where I get in there and vent, and I put it up there, and I really don't expect anybody to pay attention. But apparently, there were some people that paid attention to my last couple of videos, and I appreciate that. But that's an outlier. The norm is that I'm just not that interesting. So with that, let's continue. Okay. So things that I find hopeful for the coming year. A couple of areas that I want to talk about. One is the economy. There's a lot of things going on in the economy that I'm really hopeful about. One is the fact that we are now a net energy exporter. Okay, this hasn't happened since the early 1970s. So no longer are we sending money overseas to countries that don't like us, that then fund people that want to try and kill us. Okay? And instead, that money is staying here to be invested in America. Not only that, because we're exporting, we're actually making money off of this. So that's great. Another thing, because Trump has done away with the cheap labor policies of the past, wages for workers are actually increasing for the first time in 25 years. This is a very good thing. This is going to really help reduce the stress levels of the majority of Americans. And that reduction in stress is going to pay dividends in the overall zeitgeist of the American society. So I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, there's this AI stuff. Now, I know people are worried that the robots are going to go berserk and kill us, and maybe they will, but I don't think that's going to happen. Instead, I'm going to look forward to the cool things like self-driving car. I want to be able to get in my car and tell it where to take me and then go to sleep and then wake up 4 or 5 hours refreshed wherever it is that I'm trying to get to. Now, the other thing that I find hopeful is on the political front, if you can believe it. Now, I wrote a book back in 2015 called The Patriotic Road. And in it, I was very upset because I felt that our democracy, our republic, was under threat by traitors within the government that were abusing our secrecy laws to hide their treasonous acts and their incompetence. And, well, I don't have to worry about that anymore because now everybody knows that the FBI is corrupt and the CIA is corrupt and the FISA courts are corrupt and that they abuse their power to affect our political system. Now, back in 2015, I was that lone wolf crying that the sky was falling. That's not the case anymore. Now everybody knows what's going on. So the problem is going to be solved. So now I don't have to worry. So I'm very hopeful as I see these people brought to justice. And the last thing is a pattern in history that was identified by some historians in a paper about 20 or 30 years ago. They identified this recurring pattern, this four-phase pattern in American history. And the phases go like this: crisis, boom, stability, decline. And they noticed that these patterns were recurring every 10 or 20 years. There would be this phase, and then the next phase would come, and it's been going on for like 300 or 400 years. Well, if this pattern is correct, we're in the middle of the crisis phase. So in about 3 or 4 years, the crisis will end and we will enter the next period. And the next period is the boom period, and that should last 10, 15, 20 years. Then after that, stability. So for the next 40 years, yeah, things should be looking up for everybody. And that gives me hope. So there you go. That's what I have to look forward to. There's a lot of other things too, but those are the main ones, and you got to keep these videos short. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed your holiday, and there's still some of it left to enjoy. So have fun. Oh, and as far as the situation in Virginia, I'm going to be going up there, hopefully, and filming it, and then I'm going to put it up on YouTube. I'll try and live stream it, but I'm not that technically savvy. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, enjoy your holiday.